The Kirkin o' the Tartan is an American tradition began by immigrants from Scotland. It is based on the Scottish history and legend. In 1746, Scottish forces were defeated by the English, and Scotland once again came under British rule. As a way to control the Scots, the British government passed a cruel law which outlawed Highland dress and the wearing of kilts, plaids, or any tartan which represented Scottish identity. As the legend goes, this act prompted the stubborn Scots to secretly carry a piece of their tartan with them as they went back to their kirk, the Scottish term for church. When it came time for the blessing, they would touch a bit of the cloth. Upon the repeal of this law after 50 years, the Church of Scotland celebrated with a service of family covenant, at which time the tartan of each family was brought forth for the Lord's blessing. Decatur Presbyterian Church has celebrated this tradition for many years.
Hello, I'm Aaron McLennan. I've been a member of Decatur Presbyterian Church for over 20 years now, and I've been involved with the Kirking of the Tartan almost since it began. I started a couple years after the procession began when Karen McKenzie decided that we should have our own banners representing the families that were present in the church at that time. And we made 20 or more banners at that time. Myself, I sewed 4 of them. And then I took part in the procession in my kilt every year since then. A few years later, Jeff Gamble turned over the organizing of the procession to me. And I took charge of setting the banners up and making sure we had bearers for all of them and connecting the families to the banners. And over the years, people would ask me, how can I get my banner added to, my family tartan added to the collection? And the answer was that I would make one. They would they'd give me a family name and I would create the banner for the family tartan. And then other people said, but I don't have any Scottish ancestry. I don't have a tartan that represents me. At that point, I was on worship council and I decided that Decatur Presbyterian Church should have its own tartan. And that's the one you see here behind me. I designed that with liturgical colors so that it would represent the religious nature of our organization. And I had it woven cloth. Several people have ties. There's a couple stoles for the pastors. Some people have scarves. And when there's enough interest and enough people want to buy enough cloth, we make more. A few years after that, we replaced the poles for the tartan banners. The original ones showed their age, and I used some grants through Worship Council to make the new poles. And now, after organizing the procession for over 10 years, I have turned it over to Chet Allen, and he is doing the wonderful job of setup you see around the church to you today. Thank you very much.
Allen, and I'm the Curtain Tartan Chair, as I like to call myself here at the church. I'm the coordinator for Kirkin of the Tartan Sunday, and as somebody who grew up in the church, I always loved Kirkin of the Tartans. To have the banners for all the clans of people who have been in our church up around, to have a bagpiper in, it's an experience you simply have to be here for. And to be able to be the person who's coordinating everything, getting things set up and making sure that we have what we need to really represent the history of our church, it really means a lot to both me and my family.
Bagpipes are a part of Scottish history and a very important part of the Kirkin of the Tartan service.